Hey guys, Steven here today, and today what I wanted to talk to you about are 5 game-changing tools that I believe could really help your digital swag. So, as a forewarning, these are essentially add-ons to Google Chrome, right? And funny enough, I'm not really um, the kind of person who would be like a fanboy, but my personal philosophy is I love to essentially um, give respect or give credit to people who are truly providing value, right? Like if you're really working and doing things that are making a real significant impact to someone's life. Like you're teaching them something that they truly have never heard of before, or you're implementing and creating tools and platforms that are truly providing legit value, like literally revolutionizing the way someone lives or works or etc. Then I believe you should be kudos the fuck up like all day long, right? And I actually think Google is doing a lot of great things right now, and we should respect that or give them their respect, right? But anyways, one thing that I've discovered is that Google Chrome offers the ability to have what are called add-ons, which are essentially productivity tools, or you can think of them as like apps for your browser. Now, to get to that or to add an add-on, you would go to the window and click extensions, scroll all the way to the bottom and click more extensions, and it'll take you to essentially the extensions marketplace, right? Where all the tools are located. Now, I strongly suggest you go ahead and peruse this because there are probably a numerous amount of game-changing add-ons that you would have never realized were even available that you can find on here, right? So definitely check this out. So anyways, to get back to what I was going to present, the first add-on that I really liked that helped change my life was Adblock Plus. And the reason why is because I surf the web a lot, right? And a lot of times I would run into sites where that generated a lot of pop-ups, right? You know those annoying windows that pops up and it's like, oh, your computer has been analyzed. It says that there's 1 million viruses. Download MacKeeper or download this product. Your computer is at risk, which are actually false, right? Those are just windows or windows that have been generated, and it's just to get you to download their product or download their program, which most of the time is malware, meaning it will actually fuck up your computer, right? On top of that, it just opens up the opportunity for a lot of nasty shit to occur. So when I discovered and installed Adblock Plus, I realized that drastically was reduced. Like, it pretty much blocks 99.9% of pop-ups, and I really love it. It's really easy to install. You can find it in that store that I just mentioned, and then it gets added to your browser, has this little icon, and to activate it on a page, all you have to do is click on it. And then to deactivate it from a page, all you have to do is click on it, and then to reactivate it again, just do the same thing. It's really simple. On top of that, it actually allows you to filter certain elements, right? So, for example, if you're trying to block a particular thing, or maybe you realize that this website has found a way to create a loophole around the pop-up detection algorithm for Adblock Plus. You can actually specifically select that element and have it blocked out. On top of that, it allows you to create rules to essentially block all pop-ups for particular sites and allow them for other sites. Definitely check it out. You will not be disappointed. The second one is Build with Technology Profiler. And this one I have to essentially actually kind of give credit to Sam Ovens, who is essentially a consultant who helps people grow their consulting business. Now, I personally never took the course that he's offering, but he actually runs a lot of webinars, and in those webinars themselves, he provides a massive amount of value. Like, there's a lot you can take away from just by watching a webinar. And one of them was this tool. And what it does, which is truly a fucking game changer. I mean, my God. It allows you to actually see what a website is run on. Like, if it's using a content management system, if it has Google Analytics added to it, if it's using retargeting cookies, all these things. And how it's a game changer is, personally for me, it allows me to truly see if I can be of value to a business or not, right? Like, one thing that I've learned is, instead of trying to get everyone to work with you, why don't you only work with the people that need you or the people that truly want to be there? Not only does it make it much more beneficial for you because you will actually be doing great service to someone, but you will also be enjoying the experience because you'll be truly providing value to someone. You will truly be benefiting them, right? Some businesses already have it all. They already have their social media on point. They already have, maybe if it's an e-commerce website, they already have retargeting or Google Analytics or any of the other digital marketing strategies available or that should be implemented by an e-commerce business. So what's the point of contacting them and trying to sell them on something they don't need? It's been much, much better to essentially try to find those that do not have any of those things and help them out, right? So this tool really, really helped me out because not only can you see what they have, but I guess it kind of helps you qualify and screen if a business that you would like to potentially contact is worth the contact or not. Like, do you actually have something that you can provide to them, right? And so it was truly a game changer for me personally. And I highly advise you guys to check it out. The next one is this funny little add-on called Honey. And what it does is it essentially applies, or it automatically finds any coupons to a particular website. So maybe you're shopping on Target, or maybe on a particular e-commerce clothing website. If that clothing website is offering deals right now, right? Maybe you're shopping on JCPenney's or something to that matter. If it currently has coupons or deals that pertain to your particular purchase, it would automatically detect it and apply it to that transaction. Now, I don't personally shop, but I know a lot of my friends are avid shoppers or online spenders. And I highly advise you guys to check this out because it could truly potentially help you save quite a bit of money, right? It's really fun. Takes like You add it, you install it, and then I think you connect it to one of your social media accounts, I think Facebook, and then it just sits there on your browser. And so anytime you're online and you're buying stuff, you'll actually see it pop up. It'll be like, hey, you can apply a coupon to this, and then you can click on the button. It'll find the exact one that matches or pertains to your situation, and then it'll add to it. So I highly advise you guys to check that one too. It's another really nifty tool and a great game changer for online shoppers. Now, the next one is called Viewport Resizer. And the reason why I particularly like this one is because it allows me to see what my website looks like on different devices. Now, if you've done any sort of design or development work, you know that user experience is key, and it's honestly probably one of the most important factors or things to think about when you're building a website, right? You don't only want traffic generated to your site but for it to convert or for it to do what it's meant to do. You also it mostly pertains to how enjoyable or how much the person that visits your website enjoys the experience of being on your website, right? So it essentially really helps you engineer the experience of the user on any device, right? So I know what my website looks like on a small mobile phone, right? Or on a tablet, etc., etc. I also know what it looks like on a smaller device, like a computer, a laptop with a smaller screen, etc., etc. Right? All these small things. And the cool part about it is it just makes you that much better because you know what your users are going to see, right? So if you know what people are going to expect or what they are going to see when they see your website, when they view your website, you can actually optimize it better and kind of change the design, mess around with the layout to where they're able to get so much more of their experience when they visit your website. It's a great tool and another game changer, and I highly advise you guys to check that one out. And so it's called Viewport Resizer. And the last one, which to me is probably the most important one as a developer, is Web Developer. And what it does is it adds a whole, I guess you can call it a whole set of tools to your options list that are particularly designated for web development, right? So once you install it, you go to View and then Developer Options and then Development Tools. And the great thing about this is, for me, which is a true fucking game changer, what I love this tool primarily the most for is this nifty little icon. And the reason why is because if you've done any sort of CSS work or any sort of like modification on a website as far as like the layout goes, as far as design, you know that the most annoying thing most of the time is figuring out what element you're dealing with and what code works for that. Like, what should I apply what to and where, right? Because most websites nowadays are essentially boxes on top of boxes on top of boxes. What I mean, divs inside divs inside divs inside divs inside forms inside etc., right? But with this nifty icon, all I have to do is click and say, for example, I want to change this text, right? second. Say, for example, I want to change this text, or even change the color of this bold text, right? All I have to do is make sure this is clicked and then select it. And then what it does is it takes me to the part of the code that particularly pertains to that bolded text, right? So in this case, this is this, right? And then on the right-hand side, it shows me all the current CSS code for that, right? And then what the part that is fucking amazing to me, and I guess the game changer, I hate the fact I keep saying that, but it really is, like, the game-changing factor for this plugin to me is the fact that it goes a step further and allows me to actually preview what would happen if I applied a particular code to that element, right? So say, for example, I want to change the color to red, right? And boom, it worked. And I'm like, holy shit, it did work. Now, all I have to do is essentially copy this whole section, right? The section that I applied a CSS code to, copy it and then paste it into my backend CSS editor and save, right? And there goes hours and hours and fucking so much time wasted just trying to figure out what div, what element, what class, what element I'm in, right? And this has just saved me so much time. And I am so confident that it will do just the same for you guys. Now remember that you have to copy the CSS code in your backend editor. This is just a preview. It has not actually made the change to CSS change. It's just given me a preview of what would happen if I pasted that code in. On top of that, it also provides a set of tools that essentially gives a much deeper layer perspective on your website. Things like digital resources, how it handles everything, how it all the different assets and images that need to be generated and displayed to create, or access to display and create your website, how long it takes to load a page, how the security is, the security overview, and all these other different consoles and I guess tools, viewpoints that I know would be ridiculously beneficial to a web developer or even a webmaster or any digital administrator of sorts. So check that out. Anyways, hope you guys got something out of this, and as always, swag the fuck out.